Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another fantastic CD review special. I've got another pile of CDs that I've purchased since the last video. Some of which I've alluded to, some of which I didn't have the opportunity to because I've only bought them yesterday. In fact, you're going to see a couple of those. Well, you're going to see one of those that I bought yesterday in this video, and then what I'm going to be doing is I've got a second video coming. It's like fucking buses, am I right? I got a second video. A second fucking Tyran Tire Reviews cool ass CD special thing bullshit coming. That's going to be the more recent shit, right? So what this video is this is a nice little video because I got three CDs right here in front of me, all laid out, wrapped in their plastic, ready to be cracked right the fuck open, like this cold one I got. Ooh, it's a really warm bank holiday Sunday when I'm recording this, so I've been out enjoying the sun. You know, I've been out a lot. I really, twice or three times I went up and down and around and, you know, just trying to get heat stroke, I think. I haven't got it yet, but I'm sure tomorrow morning I'm going to wake up with one of those unexpected summer headaches, just because I've been out enjoying myself. That and, you know, the icy brew that I've just, as you might have heard, cracked right the fuck open. That is good. That is good. Yeah, so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be recording some CDs, having some drinks, and sharing with you a trip into the past. Because you see, these three CDs, for thematic consistency, there's not really any specific connective tissue, other than the fact that if you were to ask any reasonable person, you know, what sort of music do you like? Give me some music that you like that I can say, yeah, they're pretty cool. And it wouldn't be really very disagreeable. You know, you could say, I like these CDs, they're very grown up, and nobody would turn to you and say, you fucking weirdo, get away from me. If you show or talk about these CDs to other people, you know, they're going to at least let you within their near vicinity. They won't immediately push you away from the zone of their genitalia. I mean, they might if you refer to it as their zone of genitalia, but based on the CDs, you're pretty fucking golden, let me tell you that. Now, as I said yesterday, I was on a little bit of a journey to get the new CDs, which are coming up. However, the first CD on the run here, the first CD that we're going to be looking at, had quite the amazing journey to get to me. If you'll indulge me for a couple of moments, I need to tell you a little story. If we flash back to November of 2017, it was a blissful time. It was a beautiful time. It was really fucking cold, and I knew exactly what I wanted to get a good friend of mine for his birthday. I had it all planned out. I knew this would be something that he'd enjoy. It was a CD, and it was a good CD, as I've said. However, I was faced with a bit of an issue. The issue being that it's very difficult sometimes to find solid copies of good CDs that are, you know, a little bit on the older side. Universally recognised as good, but older and not by Ed Sheeran. So I had a bit of a troubling time on my hands. I was a bit irate, you might say, because I didn't know where I was going to get this CD from. But luckily, I went on to this thing they've got now called the internet, which, if you haven't tried it, let me tell you, sorry, I just knocked the camera quite viciously there. I'll probably have to fix that in post. Hey, I know the fucking lingo. I'm hip. I watch YouTube. Yeah, I was faced with a real fucking issue. I needed to find this, and I found it on the internet. Now, I don't generally speaking, generally speaking, previous to this, I've never ordered a CD online. I've never found it necessary. If I want to listen to the music, I can listen to it through YouTube or whatever, or you know, the radio. If I'm that badly fucking stuck, and yeah, if I see it in the CD shop and I want to buy it, then I'll buy it then. I don't need to order this stuff online. That's pretty crazy. But I did. I knew that I wanted to get this before the end of November when his birthday was, so I decided I'm going to go on to a website. It's called goldendiscs.ie. And I was going to order the CD. And they said to me, that's fine, you can order the CD. It's going to be there with you in your hands in about a week's time. Fantastic. This is the start of November, remember. About the 6th of November, I think. And yeah, you will come to find out that I know that it was exactly the 6th of November later on, because a week passes and I hear nothing. I check my email, I've got the, thanks for ordering your thing, it's going to be shipped out to you in the week email, but I don't have anything else. They've not sent me we're shipping your CD, it's on the way, a whole type buckaroo. Nothing. Not a split syllable from the good people over at Golden Discs HQ. Needless to say, I'm getting a little bit worried, but it's okay. Postal system's a little bit slow. 2 weeks pass. Still nothing. I'm looking out, I'm checking the postbox every day. The birthday day is crawling closer and fucking closer, and still nothing. 3 weeks pass and I've got nothing. The birthday is right around the fucking corner. And I resign myself to it. I say, well, look, it's probably just not ever going to arrive. I'm just going to have to do something else. Luckily for me, I went to one of the cities. There's not very many, but I went to one of them. It was a pretty good city. And in that city, they had a CD shop. And in that CD shop, they had, lo and behold, the exact CD that I was looking for, exactly where I wanted it to be, for a cheaper price than I had paid on GoldenDiscs.ie for the CD that would not arrive. So, with a certain bitterness, I went up and I bought the CD and I gave it to my good friend, and he enjoyed it. He liked the CD, and I listened to some of the songs in it, and I liked it as well. It was a really good fucking CD. And I was like, it's okay. It was worth it. It was worth paying for it twice and only getting it once, because it was a quality piece of kit. And it was a good present. So this arrived exactly on the 6th of February, which, if you've been paying attention, you'll notice is 3 months after I ordered it, or more specifically, 2 months and 3 weeks over the 1 week delivery period that they'd advertised to me. I found out that Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Farts Club, which I've got right here in my fucking hands, had to be shipped from Sweden, of all places. It wasn't going to be able to make it in a week. I don't know how many places in the world this CD has been. My God, if it could talk, the things it would say. But yeah, I'm now in the position where I've got one as well. So I've been sitting on this for the guts of 3 months now. I figured it was appropriate, considering. So take this as a warning, if nothing else, that don't order CDs from GoldenDiscs.com. That's a very different kind of a website. But if you order them from GoldenDiscs.com, they're not going to come in a week, unless they're, I don't know, like Divide by Ed Sheeran or something. They seem to have fucking oodles of them. More on Golden Discs as we go on, because that adventure doesn't end quite as soon as you might think it would. But we're here for one fucking thing. Now that story time is over, we've got to have a look at this bad boy. And let me tell you, there's an awful lot to look at with this beautiful fucking cover. So right off the bat, the first thing you got to notice is these guys. These are the Beatles. Got all of them there. That's John? that's him, yeah. It's John, Ringo, Paul, and it's George. It's George. I'm pulling all kinds of the piss today. It's too warm not to, as they say. I'm also drinking piss, so that's kind of, cider was reasonably cheap in the shops, and it's a warm day, so thought it would go quite well together. Yeah, so we got all the Beatles there. We got young, sort of scary Beatles, and older, not quite as scary, but also not very happy Beatles. And then we got just this collage of dudes, some of which you'll recognise, most of which I don't. I know fucking Mumbles over here, and Hungry Santy is there, and there might be a hidden Charlie Chaplin in there somewhere in this general fucking facility. There's an awful lot of people in here. People will often say, when it comes to the topic of cover art for CDs and I suppose records by extension, that the Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band is among one of the best covers that's ever been made on a CD. I can't bring myself to disagree. It's a really nice cover. There's an awful lot of going on. There's a lot of moving parts. It's so dense. Every image, there's just so much going on. A nice little flower arrangement there, and lady. I don't know what kind of a lady, but there she is. There's just all sorts. I mean, you can enjoy this all day. It's the sort of thing that nearly tempts you to buying like a record and mounting it on the wall. Lord knows if you were going to do that with any record, Sergeant Pepper's is not a bad one because, like I said, I've heard the songs on this, I've listened to them, and they're really good. But as you and I both know very well, we're not here for the music. We're here for this old CD, and this old CD's got a cute little spine to it. It says, as you might say in a second, when it folk I focus yourself, motherfucker. It says Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. You know exactly what it says. It's got a little apple on the corner there. It doesn't matter. It's not. It doesn't matter. All right. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters. Nothing matters because we're listening to some premium music this evening. Let me tell you. There's the lads. All but one of them facing around. Okay, now it'll focus. Fantastic. You got all the good songs there. What I do like is there's a nice little transition, which if you got an image that's really dense and you don't have like a jewel case thing, it can be a little bit difficult to transition into a solid color for the back. And you don't want more shit going on in the back. You want it to be nice and simple so people can read the music and read the names of the songs as they are. So with that, what I was going to say is I like this solid arrayed border to it that transitions over into the spine. So you're going to be able to pick this out right away very clearly. The black on the red is pretty good. You got a cute little apple there. You might notice that this has been squeezed to fuck. It is like a cardboard thing. To be honest, considering the journey this has been on, I'll be very surprised if the CD at all is in it. It's been it's been quite a fucking adventure to get this on the table, but I did after a long amount of waiting. So yeah, that's not great, but I can't blame the CD for that. That's Sweden's problem, isn't it? All the lads there, they're hanging out, having fun. It's a fun game to play. Is if you're watching anything to do with the Beatles, just look at George Harrison. Just enjoy him. You know, just fucking enjoy it. All right. Because he sure is, let me tell you. And you got all the good songs there. You got Sergeant Pepper and his Lonely Hearts. You got a little help with you got a little help. You got to get a little bit of help from your friends. And you got all the good ones. When I'm 64, there's what's the one? Yeah, it's this one here with the fucking with you, without you. I think, right, and I was looking at this before. It says there, just above old Paul's head there. All songs fucking, what does that say? Look at it with my, yeah, yes, all songs composed by Lennon/McCarthy, except, and you'll see the little star there, Harrison. The only one that's got the little star in it, and this one is Within You, Without You, which I think, again, I didn't ask the name, but I think that is probably the one that's the overly long sitar song, which was George's influence on this wonderful little record. So, oh Christ! Don't ever not get used to that. That's going to be all video. So let's, without further ado, do the long overweighted dew on this bad boy and crack him the fuck open. Which I need to be a little bit more careful than I usually would be, simply because it is cardboard, and I don't want to destroy anything, especially not something this beautiful. Takes a real psychopath to destroy something beautiful, you know. Takes a real fucking psychopath. Or a really cool dude, I don't know. It's kind of a balance you have to strike sometimes, am I right? You know what I'm talking about. Surely someone knows what I'm talking about on that one. Because it sure ain't me. Yeah. So out of the pack, I mean, this is nice and shiny as well. It's got this sort of a gloss finish to it. It's a really nice feeling cardboard. Nicer than the cardboard that came with... or not the cardboard that came with, the cardboard in which came Fruit and other cardboard cases that we've gone over in the past. Yeah, it's really nice. It catches your eye in a way that, you know, when it catches the light, it sort of bounces it back, as you can see there. It draws attention to the image, and it means that it stays nice and protected from any greasy fingers that might be touching your CD collection. You don't want that, and I certainly don't want that. Let me adjust my seating here a little bit, because I'm going to have to look at this with my real eyes as we do the due diligence and pop this motherfucker open. It's the boys. Look at the boys. So admittedly, I can't really be judgmental. I can't say this is good or bad. It's just going to be good is the thing. And I mean, let's keep playing our little game, shall we? Let's keep playing our fucking game there. Also, Ringo Starr in profile is a fucking treat for the nose. I mean, treat for the eyes. Sorry, treat for the eyes is what I mean to say. That was just crude and crass and rude. I shouldn't do that. He's still alive, unlike John. So, I mean, look at this. I mean, just look at this. You can hear it in my fucking voice, can't you? I adore this. There's not a single part of this I don't adore. You could have this displayed out on like a fucking on like a side table, like a fucking prayer book, you know. In fact, I think I probably will because it's so nice. Yeah, I like all this. There's the lads. It's one of the cool things about Beatles stuff in general is that the associated paraphernalia um, was rampant, as you probably know, if not from the Beatles and then from having seen like the board games and shit, then from that one episode of The Simpsons that really opened some people's eyes. There's just all sorts of cool stuff available for the Beatles, and so when they were to put together a product like this, and when a product was put together for them, obviously with their involvement, don't get me wrong, but when something was made that was going to be sold to the fawning public, considering the fact that they were, as they've often said, bigger than Jesus, uh, they knew that people would like having little keepsakes and stuff. And I mean, having keepsakes and having things to own is half the battle. You know, you can put this on your fucking shelf. You can enjoy this every day if you wanted to. Maybe you don't. Maybe you just want to enjoy it occasionally. You know, maybe you've got a busy lifestyle. You can only enjoy your objects occasionally, and that's fine. That's fine. I'm in that position too. Everybody gets in that position from time to time. But what's important is that when you get the time, you can enjoy it. And that's what this really provides. Without even going into the booklet yet, which we will, don't worry, it's right here. But this alone is, I mean, that's just fucking, that's fucking artistry is what that is. I just wanted to ensure that there's no little hidden secrets under the boys there. There's no hidden secrets under the boys. To get to the hidden secrets, you've got to go Harrison word to get the I don't want to fuck this up. I'm gonna fucking ruin everything if I fuck this up. And we pop this bad boy out, and I mean, look it. What can I say, really? What can I say? It's got all your hot details there. It's got 33 and a third RPM. What's that? An Irish person saying 33 and a third? That's funny. Yeah, that's an old joke. That's the hours of fun. This is just a fucking activity center for people with little else to do of a bank holiday. It's got all the songs listed on the CD. I enjoy that. I like the old styling on it. I think yellow and black is a really nice combination as well. That really catches the eye and makes it pop, as they say. Hey, that's a fantastic CD. I'm going to put it back in there nice and safe. I'm not going to leave it off to the side because I want to keep this as complete of a package as I can. And I mean, Jesus, this is a weighty boy. This is a thick boy. Let me tell you, you can. This is a. I mean, there's newspapers that have less paper than this. This is bloody fantastic. So again, there's your cover reprinted. You could probably frame this. Again, like I was saying, if you're going to frame anything, the Sgt. Pepper's cover is a good one to frame. But this is really nice quality photo paper. It is just that is a smoothness that you cannot get with some photo paper. Let me tell you. Around the back, you got the lads again. The lads are hanging out. They're just enjoying themselves. He's turned around. He's blinking. Everybody else just having fun. And he got the same information that was on the back, so we don't need to dwell on that for too long. But this does illustrate the point I was making earlier on, which is if you're making a hard transition over from flat color to a really detailed dense image and vice versa, it can be a little bit difficult and a little bit jarring if you don't have like a hard edge. And you can kind of see on this one, it deviates over a little bit just from the placement of this. That being said, the reason it has to do that is because this is such a thick book, boys. So let's dive right the fuck in and see what they've got here for us. They got all kinds of information. This is which I'll need to read because this is, I mean, you'll remember all the accolades that I gave to the greatest hits of, I think it was Bruce Springsteen in the last video. Maybe it was the previous video. I'm not 100% sure. For having personal accounts and details behind why things were written. And the same has to be extended to this, though. I suppose with a greater. I'm not really sure the word I want to use here, but there's a lot more weight, I suppose, considering the relative fame. I mean, I'm not saying that Bruce Springsteen isn't famous, but what I'm saying is, compared to the Beatles, nobody really is famous. And when you're getting words from Paul McCartney there about the details behind this album, I've just briefly skimmed it. By the way, I'm not going to be able to read all of this. I will read some excerpts. First paragraph says, the first thing I remember was flying back from America with our road manager, Mal Evans. Over our meal, we were talking about Salt and Pepper, which was misheard as Sergeant Pepper. I then had the idea for the song Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, and thought it would be interesting for us to pretend, during the making of the album, that we were members of this band rather than the Beatles, in order to give us a fresh slant. And that's, I mean, you can't use words like that anymore. You can't talk about fresh slants now, but you'll be arrested by the guards. But back in the day, it was all right. And that's an interesting little factoid. It was a misheard thing, which who was it? Oh yeah, no, it was Stevie Nicks. It was fucking Stevie Nicks. Of course, it was Stevie Nicks because that's who I've been fawning over recently. That's a hint for what's coming next. Yeah, Stevie Nicks. Before she wrote Edge of 17, that was her mishearing when it was her mishearing her ex's new partner telling her when they met. There's a lot of clauses in that. I had to stop for a second to make sure it was making sense before I said it. So yeah, she was at a party or something, and she met with the part. She was at a party for someone she used to be fucking, and he was fucking this new girl, and she was like, "Oh, when you meet him?" And she, with a thick Southern accent, said that they met on the age of 17, meaning, of course, the age of 17. But being no more than 3 generations away from plain white trash, it sounded like Edge of 17. And Stevie, hearing this, was like, I got a fucking song out of this. I'm going to go write a song, and it's going to be class. And it is class. She's very white. So, yeah, that has nothing to do with the Beatles, but it's interesting that the concept of Sgt. Pepper is also, why were they talking about salt and pepper? I mean, they were just normal people is the answer to that. They were just a nice bunch of lads. Oh, this is words from George Martin. Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band didn't start out as a concept album, but it very soon developed into a life of its own. I remember it warmly as both a tremendous challenge and a highly rewarding experience. For me, it was the most innovative, imaginative, and trend-setting record of its time. Well, it certainly did set a lot of trends. I mean, concept albums as a whole really, they really have a lot to, a lot to thank Sgt. Pepper and his Lonely Hearts Club Band for. I mean, a lot of my favourite stuff, as you've seen, is concept album stuff. Specifically, Electra Heart. I wouldn't say it's my favourite, but it's certainly up there. And then you got some pictures, which is always enjoyable. There's the boys hanging out in El Studio. This is I'm just reading the rest of the passage here just to see what the crack is. If there's anything specifically I'm missing out on. I will say turning over. The black on red, as you might be able to see, is a little bit more difficult to read than the previous black on yellow that we had there. That being said, I have no particular issue with it. I like that it's these personal accounts. So far, we've not seen lyrics. But all of these are like really, I saw the word kilocycle, a 15 kilocycle tone inaudible to the human ear, but put there especially to amuse your dog at the request of the Beatles. Like, I don't know what that's relating to, but Christ knows I'm going to go back and read over all this because it's just really fucking interesting. Like, this is, and I noticed on the back as well, there's like a documentary thing that you can get if you put it in as a CD-ROM into your PC. You just have fun watching the documentary about this. Just interesting background information. And hey, Beatles, lads, you're doing me the good one. You're doing me the fucking good one. Is this? Actually, it isn't. It isn't. But I have a feeling with the amount of thickness that's in this book still, it's probably coming. This is in fact just the details around the songs and how they were written, and what was involved during it. One passage I do note, interestingly, here is at the end. Three other songs were recorded during the session: Strawberry Fields Forever, Penny Lane, and It's Only a Northern Song. The first two were taken for release as a single. The third didn't surface until the Yellow Submarine film soundtrack album. Strawberry Fields Forever, recording commenced in Studio 2. So, yeah, that's, I mean, it's highly fucking detailed, but that's the sort of details that people want and people enjoy. We got like I was going to say there's almost like a tea staining on this, but no, it's a floral pattern. These are notes from Peter Blake. I'm not sure who Peter Blake is, but he's got a lot of notes to say. Though as we delve deeper and deeper into this, I'm starting to get slightly worried that maybe among all of this thickness and all this interesting paraphernalia related to the Beatles, for Beatles Mania, there won't be lyric sheets. I'm concerned. That being said, I'm going to hold the faith and I'm going to read something that Peter Blake has said. You might realise that because many of the people who were depicting were still alive, we might be sued for not seeking their permission. So the Beatles manager, Brian Epstein, who was very wary of all the complications in the first place, had his assistant write to everyone. Mae West replied, "No, I won't be on it. What would I be doing in a Lonely Hearts Club?" So the Beatles wrote her a personal letter and she changed her mind. Okay, well, I think I can realise now what Peter Blake is talking about in this, and that's, as we've seen already, the entire cover. I do want to read a little bit more of this, seeing as that's kind of what we're here for. I'll read the first paragraph. I kind of just skipped to one that I saw there. The Beatles already had a cover designed by a Dutch group called The Fool. He's in the grass, I think, since then. But my gallery dealer, Robert Fraser, said to Paul, "Why don't you use a fine artist, a professional, to do the cover instead?" Paul rather liked the idea, and I was asked to do it. The concept of the album had already evolved. It would be as though the Beatles were another band performing a concert. Paul and John said I should imagine that the band had just finished the concert, perhaps in a park. I then thought that we could have a crowd standing behind them, and this developed into the collage idea. They made lists of the people they'd most like to have in an audience at this imaginary concert. John's was interesting because it included Jesus and Gandhi, and more cynically, Hitler. Of course, John's list of people he wanted the fucking cover had Jesus in it. But this was just a few months after the US furore about his Jesus statement, famously. So they were left out. George's list was all gurus, unsurprisingly. Again, Ringo said, "Whatever the others say is fine for me." I think outside of singing songs, that's all he ever said. For fuck's sake. Because he didn't really want to be bothered. Robert Fraser and I also made lists. When we got all the photographs together and had life-size cutouts made into hardboard. Oh, cool. Right, so it wasn't a post-production thing. They were like, they were actually hardboard on. I'm spending an awful lot of time with this. I mean, we're pushing on a half an hour already, and I'm not going to be editing this. So I'm gonna try and get through this. This may turn into one video in 3 parts because there's an awful lot to dissect in this. What I'll try to do is get through the next 2 CDs a little bit quicker, but then again, there's shit in them too because these are popular songs. God damn it. Oh god, yeah, I'm not going to read through the whole thing of this, but there's a lot of interesting information there if you're interested. Like, there's them in the process of arranging the cover itself and some more notes to do with the history. Oh, I got white on green, which is quite. Hang on. Now, I have a feeling I know what this actually is. I've heard tell, and I don't know how true this is, but I'm looking at this, I think it is, that one of the things they did in the original release of Sgt. Pepper's is they had sections that were designed to be like cut out and used as standees of the lads themselves, and some interesting other things that you can have as paraphernalia, lending itself, as I've said, to the pre-existing. This is a full package that you're getting. I'm figuring that's what this is. Obviously, I won't do that. I wouldn't destroy something like this. Oh God! But yeah, that's fucking cool as fuck. And there's the lads again. There's all the lads again. You can just enjoy that picture because that's a good old picture. Um, and have we? Do we? No, we don't. No, we don't. But this is what the fuck is this? Oh, okay. Sorry, I was only reading one half of this without looking at the other half. That's that's the coloring section. Um, it isn't. This is the full list of all the people that are on the front cover. So if you wanted to go through and find out who all of these people are, which is quite an interesting exercise for a windy afternoon, if you're interested, it could be a useful piece of trivia in a bar one time. Um, then you can. It's all listed there, which is a good insight. Good lads. I can't just have half the band when I'm complimenting them. Good on you, lads. You did well. You did good. Beatles, you did good. You did fucking good. There's the lyrics. There's the fucking. It's perfect. It's the perfect object. It's the perfect fucking CD. It's got the good music. It's a concept album. It's got fucking feelies. It's got details from the background people, from the people involved. It's got so much good shit in it, and it's got lyric sheets for all of your favorite fucking songs. They've all got different colors on the pages, so it's eye-catching. They got little cutouts from the front, and the boys hanging out. All the lyrics are all there, different colors, different styles. You wouldn't be fucking lost. My God, what a fucking CD. You know, it nearly had a fucking gestation period to get to me, but it was well worth it. I would be, and I should say this, rather pissed off if I'd opened this and looked through it before recording this video, which I was tempted to do because I did want to listen to this really badly. I really want to have this on my mobile phone and listen to it on my CD player stereo systems player CD, but I couldn't. I had to go through this one page by one page by one, and here I am doing so. And my God, was it worth it? There they are again. It's all them. It's all Beatles. It's Beatles mania. Beatles. I nearly knocked my pint. I need to be careful with that fucking thing. That'll make good viewing, but it'll really leave a stench on the floor. And these are just continuing with the lyrics. This is all lyrics, and it's back to the studio. Back to the studio, working hard, grafting away at the studio. Good pile of lads, great bunch of boys. Everyone likes them. These are just, I mean, this is all good. This is them in the June of '67, hanging out, having fun, doing what they did best, which is making music, selling music, and putting together, it has to be said, a really, really good package. This is just stunningly good. I need to just, yeah, because it was getting a bit hard to get in there, so I just need to catch it so it's not on the lip, because I don't want any of this to be destroyed. It's so fucking good. Yeah, so at 33 minutes, I'm going to need to cut this into a few parts. This is going to be a long session of recording. I've got 2 more to do in this bit, and then there's the other 3 CDs I need to get through. I probably won't get to them today, which is really going to fucking suck ass, because they're every day that passes, they get less and less relevant as quote-unquote new CDs. Whereas these ones are never going to be anything other than old and classic. So this admittedly could have waited. Then again, I want to listen to these really badly, so that's what I'm doing this for. So yeah, this is going to be part 1. Part 2 is coming. I'm going to die. Okay, back again. Christ. Yeah, we're back again, motherfuckers. No, I've not forgotten my knife. I have it right here. Fantastic, because I'm going to need this for the next CD in the lot. I'm going to put the battles over there. Keep them nice and safe. I don't know yet if I'm going to split this into 2 parts. I was threatening it there, and I was threatening it there in the last bit. But maybe I won't. Maybe I won't have to. I'll just go for a really long video or rush one of these next 2. I don't know. It depends. At least I won't need to give the backstory of this CD, because that is such a universally documented thing that it would just be trotting old ground to tell you the things that people say about this, the many rumors that people have about a CD that I finally fucking bought. I've been threatening to buy this for so goddamn long that the fact that I own it at all is still kind of amazing to me. Yeah, this is Rumours by Fleetwood Mac. It is much like, well, okay, Sgt. Pepper's isn't the Beatles CD, it's one of them. But undeniably, Rumours is the Fleetwood Mac CD. If ever anyone is talking about Fleetwood Mac, then they're talking about Rumours probably. That or the, as I've alluded to already, the sordid love affairs and inter-politics that went on between the five members of Fleetwood Mac during Rumours era, as it's called. You don't get something called the era of something else if it wasn't pretty important. But from that amazing shit show, which if you don't know, fucking look into it because it's fantastic. I need to mute that right the fuck away. Why is it every time I try fucking starting to record this shit, somebody sends me a message? Probably the old stand here a little bit. It's my stand-do. I know memes. Oh, fuck off. Fuck off with your fucking messages. Hey, do you know what's really cool? What's really cool? Pikachu's really cool. Oh, Pikachu's really cool? Shit. Well, dude, that's the most incredible thing I've ever fucking heard. I mean, those are the kind of insights that I'm still a part of that group, fucking Pokemon Society group chat for. Yeah, Pikachu's really fucking cool. I just wouldn't have fucking thought that. I had quite the fucking journey to get one of these CDs, whereas in the old CDs section, there are a number of, I'm going to have to mute that. Whoopsie. Apologies, I'll get back to that after I'm finished. Someone's messaging me, and I can't be taking messages when I'm doing this. Come on, I gotta stick to my guns on this. Yeah, the other pile, oh fuck it, okay, I'm gonna have to start again. God damn it, Jordan! Give me a hat back, Jordan. You should have gone and cracked everything up. Fuck, Jordan, Christ. Okay, I'm gonna have to start again. God damn it. Yeah, if you don't know, fucking look into it because it's fantastic. And it resulted in Rumours, which is a stunning, stunning album. It's got a lot of good songs in it, and I've been wanting for an awful long time. No more than fucking Sergeant Peppy. I've been wanting to open this fucker for an awful, awful long time. The temptation would have been too great if I'd bought it previously. This is the one that I got yesterday. And I wanted to have it for quite a while. Now, you're going to have to look at the balls for a second. The balls are probably the first... Well, they're one of the first things a lot of people notice on this. Admittedly, very weird image. I always remember looking at this in like shops when I was growing up and thinking to myself that the figure, the female figure in this doesn't look entirely human. I always thought that it was a drawn thing, that it wasn't a photograph. It is. It's just really weird and cool composition that has now, like Sgt. Pepper's before it become very famous. Because like I said, it's a good goddamn album. It's a good emblem. That's what they say. It's a good emblem. And we're gonna have a quick look at the spine to see what it's fine. I don't know about that / there on Rumours. I mean, like, it makes sense, but I'm not sure on it. I'm okay with it though. I'm alright with that. I find it very hard to have a fault with this album. It's just really good. On the back is nice and simple. There's not really an awful lot going on because there doesn't need to be an awful lot going on. It has all of the Fleetwood Mac songs that aren't Sweet Little Lies. So all the ones that people care about. It's always gas when you look at like the best of Fleetwood Mac, and it is a couple of songs from a couple of off albums that I don't know the names of, Sweet Little Lies, and then some of the good ones off of Rumours. Not all of them, because if you wanted all the good ones off of Rumours, you'd just buy Rumours. That's what I did. It's a good fucking album. It's a good album. We'll go back to the cover for a second, because I want to draw attention to the amazing height of Mick Fleetwood. It's just phenomenal, really. Provided that is Mick Fleetwood. If it isn't, Christ. That's going to be rather embarrassing if that isn't. It probably fucking isn't as well. Knowing me, knowing how I fucking operate. But he's like, I think he's like 6'8". Mick Fleetwood. It's kind of astounding. And again, unlike the Beatles previously where I was joking about it, it's going to take me a little bit of time to name all the members of Fleetwood Mac. I mean, Stevie Nicks is the obvious one, but after that, it's going to get a little bit bad. Stevie, Mick Fleetwood, the other guy, fucking Christine, and the fabulous magician. Will listen, I didn't say I knew very much about Fleetwood Mac. I do like the music though. Oh Christ! Let's see if I can. What's nice about these jewel cases, as I've always said, is I can just go ham with the knife and know that I'm not doing an awful lot of damage. Stab the fucker. Yeah. I will say as well, it might be coming across as the kind of a off-white, almost eggshell, I would say, background to the image. Like it's been left in the sun slightly too long. Not long enough, but slightly too long. See the time I took out my copy of Ceremonials for an example of what leaving it in the sun really looks like. Yeah, so I mean, it's just a really nice, really pretty box. Like the font on that is really good. That image is too iconic just to not enjoy. But what lies therein? Well, let's have a goose and a gander, shall we? Let's have a goose. It's exactly what you would expect of a CD of this age. It's got the reflective shit going on here, which I just fucking love. There we go. Nice. Yes. So yeah, no more than the battles over there. They got all the names of the songs on the CD. That's always very good. Always appreciated. Warner Brothers for some fucking reason, and yeah, not really much I can say on that one, unfortunately, because it's just a mirror into your soul, and I don't need that. I have enough of that at home. This is gonna be a fucking nightmare. I just gotta fucking lift it up instead of making you look at me struggle with this, because I really do pick my times to cut my fingernails. Let me tell you, I really pick my good opportunities to do that. I'm just a smart man. I'm an intelligent man. I make good choices in life. That's what I do. There we go. There we fucking go. Fixed it. Right. So, a whole lot thinner. There's not going to be an awful lot more in here, but there they all are there now. There's himself. As you can see, this is the phenomenal height that I was talking about. Now, we can probably see, right? If you look at, that's not a good example of a face. There's the fabulous magician. There's the other fella. I never claimed to know anything. I never claimed I knew what I was talking about. But I do like the music, god damn it. I do like the music. And back to the front. Now, we're going to have a little... Yeah, there they are. There they all are. They can all fit on his fucking legs. Yeah, he's not quite that tall, but he's close. Look at them all there hanging out, having fun. There's the names. Haha, fantastic. Yeah, Christine, Mick Fleetwood on drums, of course. Stevie. Oh, Stevie. Lindsay Buckingham. See, I knew there was one that was difficult to determine the sex of because of the first name, and it's Lindsay. That's it, because Stevie is a man and Stevie isn't a man. Excuse me, Stevie isn't a man. Look at her there, she's fucking gorgeous. But no, the goddamn Stevie Nicks is a woman, and Lindsay isn't, or is? No, she isn't. Isn't. That's what I'm saying. Christine is the other one, married to John on bass. He's the other fellow. There he is there. There he is there as I pan over to the men. Look at he's fucking one of them. Right? There we go, second-hand news. Because, yeah, a whole lot lighter. But it's got the lyric sheets. They're very easy read. And that. It's a couple of penguins. 1977. Warner Brothers Records Incorporated. There's the guys. Yeah, gracefully, there's not an awful lot that can be said about Rumours. It's probably not going to win on the presentation front. It's fine, it's good, But I mean, could anything win against Sergeant Pepper's? We're gonna have to fucking see, won't we? Because there's another CD on the go, on the run coming up. Yeah, really good quality. Based on the covers alone. Well, actually, no, that's not for yet. I can't tell you what I prefer based on the covers alone. But I do like this. I do enjoy the weird sort of otherworldly kind of a quality to it. I don't know what it is. It again goes back to that thing I said back when I was a young boy, that there seems to be something a little bit, I always thought, like insecty about the sort of shapes being formed between the clothes and like the sort of like a wing coming off there. If you don't look at it very carefully, she does look like some sort of a otherworldly beast. And then you look closer and you're like, oh no, fucking beautiful. So yeah, Stevie Nicks has been my most recent fucking what's the word I'm looking for, message minder. That's the one. Yeah, screensaver. Sorry, that's the one. Sorry, no, it was Message Minder. I was correct the first time. I'm sorry. I'm not very good with computers. I think I need somebody who's going to be able to help me figure out how to be okay with computers. And I think if anybody's going to really bring the mood down this video, it's got to be Radiohead. Yeah, it's Radiohead. It's the good Radiohead. It's one of the good Radioheads. It's probably the Radiohead that people have the least like divergence on. There's nobody that says like this is good if you're into avant-garde Radiohead, and there's nobody that says this is good if you like being sad. People just think this is just a good album. The issue, however, from my own humble perspective, is right off the first issue is that the sticker won't come off cleanly, so I'm not even going to fucking bother. It was $2.99 now. That's how you get fucking value at a shop, let me tell you. But yeah, the issue from my perspective is, what do I make of this fucking cover? It's very different from the other two, I'll give it that. There's a whole lot of weird shit going on. It kind of looks like any time you try and like paint in primary school, and like the like poster paints you get given, like they're really watered down, so like it smudges really easily, and like someone tried to do that on a road. But the only thing that's very clear in this is the sort of a diverging path, and the title, which gracefully is just right up fucking there, so it's not in this hot mess, two roads diverged in a wood, and this is an album about being sad. That's what Radiohead is about, right? Yeah, that's vaguely correct. This is going to be a little bit more difficult because I can't find clean seam on it. So there we go. I had to take it off and look at it with my real eyes for a second, not these fake ones that I see these through. There we go. That's the money. And 2 for the show. Okay, computer. Let's have a look at this. In the clear light of day, it says lost child. That's a lost child there. And it's got all sorts of other crazy stuff. It reminds me, if I get up for a second. You can stand there sometimes. If I get up for a second and I go back to this bad boy. Yeah, that was what I was talking about. Remember? I was saying this looks like something and it looks like something else that I was going to do, and it was being intentionally vague about it. Yeah, that's what I was talking about there. Very different kinds of albums though. There's a lot of other different things going on in this one, so I've been told. We're going to find out as we get into it. Now that I like. That is super fucking clear. I like that Radiohead is bigger than... I like that Radiohead is bigger than everything. There's things you love to hear fucking really hardcore Radiohead fans say, yeah, they leave the house. Yeah, I like that it's bigger than everything. Really easy to see, and it's got these little fucking things that were there on the thing. That's kind of cute. And then looking at the back, there's just some more stuff going on. There's all kinds of stuff. It's got an OK there. It's called OK Computer and some serial numbers and things. 1 equals 2. We hope that you choke. That's just what you want to hear on something you've purchased. You got the paranoid android. You got the karma police. To filter happier. You climbing up the walls. You got the exit music for a film that was in Westworld, which I'm watching at the minute. That's pretty fucking fun. It's kind of like got like robots and stuff, and that's pretty crazy, right? Like some sort of a fucking space film, yeah. Ooh, ooh, that's a bit of sprue. That's not good. I found a little bit of. I think that was from when I was trying to open it. There's a little bit of a small piece of the plastic hanging on. You don't want that. What you want is to open up your computer and replace the RAM. It's reflective again. Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay, well, nothing much to be said. Nothing to be done. There's little men shaking hands there. One of the men's holding like a fucking briefcase. One of, I guess, the thematic elements to it is that the only thing visible on this, oh Christ, keep knocking the fucking thing. Yeah, the only thing visible on this is like the corporate necessary jargon that's on shit, and they've made it big because everything's just bad, you know. Everything's just fucking bad. There's little men shaking hands again. That's kind of nice. Kudos for putting stuff under the CD. I don't know what it fucking is, but thank you. We got this little booklet. Now, I have on good authority that this... Oh, Jesus. Hang on. Okay. Okay. This is going to take all of my skill and guile, because this is wedged right the fuck in there. I'm going to have to pause this. It's going to take a while. Okay, I did it, kind of. I kind of had to drop the fucking thing to do it, but I did it. There it is. There's the the booklet. The CD did fall on the floor to get this out because the fucking bigness of this goddamn thing is rivaling the Beatles over there. Or perhaps surpassing, I'm not too sure. There's an awful lot to this, so we're going to be here for a little while. Or we're not, because I opened the first page and it was meaningless trash. You can't say that about Radiohead. You can't fucking say that. Come on. Jump out of bed as soon as you hear the alarm clock. You may also find it useful to spending 5 minutes each morning saying to yourself, every day, in every way, I am getting better and better. Perhaps it is a good idea to start a new day with the right frame of mind. Maybe it is. Or maybe they're taking the piss. I don't know. I don't know. That's like a Jesus, and he's got some people looking up at him, and there's shit drawn all over the thing. And there's some people having dinner and there's shit drawn all over it. And some shit. There's some... oh god, words. Words I can understand. Okay, so I'm going to be reading this page first with my real eyes. Are these... Hang on. Yeah, okay. These are stylized lyric sheets. Now, I have a bit of a history with stylized lyric sheets in that sometimes I'm like, yeah, stylized lyric sheets. Okay, cool. That's nicely put together. And sometimes they're the worst fucking thing in the world because it's very difficult to read them. Now, from just a presentation perspective, the white on black is obviously a very good way of making something readable. Don't get me wrong. However, if you look at the lyrics to Paranoid Android here, you know, the shit's kind of all over the place. Yeah, you can read it, but I mean, you know, where do these come in? Why is some shit underlined? And I don't know. It's a little bit weird. If it gets weirder, we'll find out. But I like that they have lyrics in here. I'm just not sure. I mean, like, what? Come on. What am I? What am I doing? You know, what is this? What's it all about? You know, why is this way? Why is it that way? I mean, I can read it, but like, why is it got to be like this? Why is it got to be like this? What's this in it of? Like, who benefits from this? Whose life is better because of this? And if we go on to the next page, we'll see the end of the lyrics and into more just shit, just drawn, just fucking. There's just shit drawn on the. There's just shit, just drawn on the fucking. Just all over the place, and it seems to be a consistent familial theme. There seems to be two people holding a child quite frequently. Like there was the people holding Jesus. And we're not holding Jesus, but they were looking at him. And then they are in silhouette. Got kind of like a hand thing going up. It's pretty. I mean, there's shit all over it, but like, and we're back then again to the lyrics. I mean, that one's okay. There's a little bit of a margin error on that, but that one's. I just don't know about that one. I just don't know about these ones. I just don't know. I just don't know. Sometimes. What does this say? Is that it's upside down? No, it's not upset. No, okay, no, it is. Okay, so this is with the lyrics end. We got the lad shaking hands again, and more symbols of note and repute. Like there's one there where the man is putting on his little put on your gas mask before he put it on another children thing there because he needs to, because his goddamn plane's on fire. It's kind of like life, And then you got some just some information about how things were put together. Special tanks and shit committed to tape by Nigel Godrich with Radiohead. Just some intel, just some basic, just some information that you have in there, and just can't keep it up. I can't keep it up because there's nothing to be sad about anymore. It's just a load of fucking garbage scrawled on white. Is because the word sleep is there. It's got sleep, and there's a little pigoo and a man going into a house. It's like a children's story in reverse, kind of. And then if we flick around to the back page, then the men shaking hands are still there. It's like it's a consistent thematic element or some crazy shit. I don't know, but the authorities here are alert. You got to know this. You got to be aware of that on the surface. And this says by a fast tracker that I'm president and vice president make the rounds, and going to all the tables and shaking hands. It's got like some sort of it's got like some shit going on. It's got some shit going on. And then you go grab to the back, and it's just more fucking garbage. And that's the Windows XP thing. I mean, it's probably very meaningful. Don't get me wrong. It's probably really fucking very fucking meaningful. The issue is, well, the CD is good and the songs on OK Computer are the good songs. You're kind of fighting a losing battle here, OK Computer. Like, you've given me the lyrics, okay? I'll give you this. You've given me lyrics to your songs. That's good. I like that. None of the art at all from any of it, like there's not one piece of art that is in that I would consider frameable or frame-worthy, whereas definitely and undeniably those two would be deserving of frames. Not even the cover especially. It's nice if you know what the songs are, but as an image by itself, it's not, really. Which isn't going to be a very popular thing to say, I realise. And don't get me wrong, the music itself is really rather enjoyable on OK Computer. That's why I went out and bought it with my money. But as a CD, I don't know if that one's necessarily worth buying, which makes the next bit surprisingly quite easy, which sometimes it isn't, and sometimes it really is. However, there's a thing, and I don't know if it's true, which I need to check this for before I do anything. No, okay. What I'll do is I'll look into it, and if it ends up being true, then I'll probably post something about it or talk about it in the next video, or forget about it entirely and you won't know what the fuck I'm talking about. So, yeah, this is phenomenally easy to tell you which one's the best and which one's the fucking worst in terms of the box. There isn't really even a competition. This one just didn't provide what I was looking for. It's not really worth getting on CD. Like, it's worth having on CD so you can play it on your stereo, but I don't know if the box necessarily warrants it. There just wasn't really much in there, and jokes about falling to depression aside, the lyric sheets could have done with being presented a little bit clearer. I get what they were going for, and I understand what they were at. It's just I'm not really into that. Admittedly, it was an awful lot clearer than the vast majority of stylized lyric sheets that I've hated previously, and I don't hate it. In fact, I think that it's fine that they're doing it the way they wanted to do it. But there was just an awful lot of just meaningless garbage in in the margins of the pictures and shit, and just scribblings. It just isn't visually appealing. I get a lot of people would say that's kind of the point of it. That's a completely warranted thing to say. But from just a display perspective alone, it benefits more from, you display it and somebody sees it and it's like, oh, hey, Radiohead, yeah, that's a pretty good Radiohead album, rather than if somebody knows nothing about it whatsoever, they look at that on your shelf and like, hey, this looks nice. This looks nice, which can be said about Rumours and definitely about Sgt. Pepper's. I mean, when you're looking at that is just going to blow your fucking mind, and it goes without saying, like, if you wanted to display it out like that, with the lads shining out, having fun, enjoying themselves, you definitely fucking could, and people would enjoy that. They'd like to see that. Same goes for Rumours to a lesser extent. Obviously, much as I love Rumours, as much as Stevie Nicks in the 70s, I should add, was a fucking sight to behold, I cannot in good conscience say ever, under any goddamn metric by which I could rate these, I could not say that Rumours was better than Sgt. Pepper's. There's no... You can't do that. You're not allowed to do that. They are very different albums, first of all, but also Sgt. Pepper is just the fucking king of the ring. Like, I spent the guts of half an hour on Sgt. Pepper's, and I think like 5 minutes on Rumours, and most of that was trying to determine who was who in Fleetwood Mac. Yeah, so I mean, definitely from just and I mean, it's not even a case of quantity, because yes, the booklet in OK Computer was massive, sure, but there was fuck all to it beyond like having the lyrics, the image, and this is going to be people aren't going to like it when I say this, but when the messages and the feelings conveyed within the songs are conveyed through imagery instead, it's kind of lame. I don't, it's a different fucking medium is the thing. It's not a medium, I don't think, that takes the kind of raw emotion that people like Radiohead for, which I like Radiohead for. I need to stress this, I do like Radiohead. As much as it sounds like I'm shitting all over OK Computer, which is like a fucking sin. But I just think that in the eyes of hindsight, that while the music and the message of OK Computer can remain somewhat immortal, the box doesn't really age as well. Do you know yourself? Whereas Rumours is going to be timeless, and Sgt. Pepper's will be remembered forever, I think, as the pinnacle of getting bang for your fucking buck when you buy a goddamn CD or record. And let me tell you, this bad boy, when I do up the league tables for all this CD, this motherfucker is going right up there. Right the fuck up there. And saying that as well, like, I mean, I can't give OK Computer as much shit as I would give, say, the shitty fucking Coldplay one, because, in all fairness, there was thought put into this. Like, it was something that was trying to express something, which I guess is a lot of the problem with Radiohead. I wasn't. Anyway, before I get crucified, I'm going to finish this fucking thing and say that, yeah, the Sgt. Pepper's is going to have to win it, because that's just a fucking CD and a half, let me tell you. With that being said, I've been Taran, and this has been a trip into the past to see some slightly higher quality CDs. Tune in the next video when we're gonna flash right forward to the present, kind of. One of them isn't new, but I don't buy many new CDs, so it's gonna have to do. Anyway, goodbye, and yeah, fucking